toned abs. Everybody wants them, but not everyone can have them. Is that true? I don't know, but I also do know. Here's how to start a YouTube video with absolutely no fucking clue what you're going to talk about. Well, I do. I just don't. I never know how to start these things. Hey, welcome. Today we're talking about how to get toned abs. Is it possible? Can everyone have a six-pack? Let's dive into it. If you're familiar with this channel, I would hope you know by now that you can't spot reduce fat. If you want to look toned, if you want to have muscle definition anywhere on the body, you have to be at a low enough body fat percentage to see the muscle underneath the fat. And that is exactly the same with your abs. We probably all have some muscle under there because most of us are standing up straight, walking around. All of this requires a little bit of core strength. If you're able to walk unaided, you've probably got a little bit of core strength already, a little bit of muscle there. Depending on how much fat you have, how much fat is sitting over the top of your abs, over the top of your core, over the top of your muscles, will depend on if you can see it or not. And when it comes to visible ab muscles, looking toned, it just comes down to how lean you can get, how lean you're willing to be. For myself, I don't think I am about that life. I would love to have slightly more defined ab muscles, but I like food. And for me, the way my body looks right now, I'm pretty gosh darn happy with it. I could be more lean, if I'm being perfectly brutally honest, but that would require me to be at a lower body fat percentage, basically meaning that you have very little fat tissue on your body. And I like eating too much. I don't want to feel really hungry. I don't want to necessarily jeopardize my performance in the gym or feeling tired all the time for the sake of having more visible abs, which I would need to probably be quite lean, I would say, for me to have more visible abs. Like maybe I should get I'll insert some physique photos of how my tummy looks. It's relatively toned. I don't have like the six-pack going on or anything like that. So before we get on to can everyone have toned tummy, can everyone have a six-pack, how do we achieve that? Outside of being a low enough body fat percentage, outside of being lean enough, which if you need to lose fat to get to that point, how are we going to do that? Calorie deficit. Oh yeah, any kind of diet, the diet that works for you, but any kind of diet at the end of the day is just about eating less energy, consuming less energy than your body is using, aka a calorie deficit. That is the simplest way to go about things, okay? And why are we trying to make life harder for ourselves when we can do the most simple way, the easiest way, which is to just track your calories and eat a little bit less food each day, and then your body weight will come down, the body fat will come down, get trained in the gym, you'd be looking lean and toned in no time, including your tummy. But you need to get lean enough, especially for women. Most of the people here, the gals, the ladies, we have wombs, most of us, and they take up a little bit extra space. So you kind of have a little bit of extra cushioning, more so than people without a womb who can tend to have a flatter stomach. Great for them. You know, wombs can come in helpful though, I've been told. Not mine. This took a turn. So that is step one. To be honest, getting abs is a very straightforward process. We've got 2 steps to go over. Is it an easy process? Step 2, you know what I'm gonna say. You gotta build the muscles. Do some weight training, do some muscle building exercises, aka training the abs in some way that elicits a muscle growth response. So you're breaking down the muscle tissue, eating plenty of protein, resting well so that the muscle can rebuild itself, and you look toned, you look defined. I would actually recommend compound big lifts in the gym in addition to actual core ab exercises. Why? Because when you are doing a big lift like a squat, yes, you're going to be working your legs, but you're also working your back a little bit, which is part of the core, and you are engaging those ab muscles. As I said, to actually just live and walk around and be mobile, you're using a lot of core engagement anyway, just to keep like the spine erect, and actually be able to move about. Especially, I mean, obviously if you've got bad posture, you probably want to work on your core a little bit. That will help the posture too, or do some posture exercises. But yeah, doing these big heavy lifts, squats, lunges, deadlifts, shoulder press, bench press, all of that is going to be using the core to stabilize the entire body. So you're actually giving it a lot of work. You're actually putting a lot of stimulus on it, even though you're not doing a core or ab specific exercise. However, let's sprinkle a few of those in, shall we? So you can do things like leg raises. Fun for all. I've just realized I don't have any of these exercises filmed. I'm very unprepared, as you can tell. You can do Russian twists. You can do ab rollouts, which I will not be able to demo at home because I don't have an ab rollout. Weighted planks or plank. I'm not obsessed with plank because that's more of an endurance exercise than a muscle building exercise. You want to be able to really challenging the muscle for hypertrophy, for muscle growth. So if you're doing an exercise for a very, very long time and it's not overly difficult, that's more of an endurance thing of like how long can you continue to perform this exercise rather than like actually like trying to you know. This is a terrible video. My main focus would not be on the doing ab exercises, doing those crazy ab YouTube videos like abs in 2 weeks, those sort of things. You know what I'm getting at. Put more focus on your nutrition and just training in the gym as a whole, muscle building as a whole, and you will find that naturally your stomach will look a little bit more toned, will look a bit flatter, a little less flabby and cute, and you'll be having a lovely little time with it. So that is really it. 2 very, very basic things. Nutrition, eating so that you can lose the weight, and doing some sort of exercise that is going to stimulate muscle growth in the core area. And it doesn't have to necessarily be loads and loads of sit-ups. With that said, can everyone have this? Is this achievable for everyone? I mean, yes, to a point. But again, it depends on how much you want it and how much it is worth to you. Like I said, for myself personally, it is not worth it for me to have really, really visible abs because I just know I would have to eat so very little that it would impact other areas of my life. And I just like food. But if you are desperate to have it, you just need to diet down enough that they become visible. That is dependent on the individual and how lean you personally need to be for those abs to come through, because genetics will also play a little bit of a part in that. Again, obviously for people with wombs, we're going to have more organs taking up space in there, which can cause a little bit of like a, me personally and my lovely, lovely family, the women in our family, we've got little tummies and that's just our genetics. So again, it's a little bit harder for me, or I would have to be even leaner for that to show through. So again, it comes down to genetics. Some people don't hold as much fat in their stomach. Maybe they'll hold more fat up top. Maybe they'll hold more fat in their legs. We kind of have our, like, I don't like to say problem areas, but we have like the areas where it's very easy for us to look leaner. For me, I look very lean on top, like my back is shredded, but my lower body and my tummy not so much. I'm short, so that will also play a little bit of a role. So please don't get so hung up on having a super toned stomach. It's more important, obviously, you want to look good, I know that, but it's more important to focus on your health and performance in the gym, eating well, eating the right foods, getting plenty of food in so that you feel energized and are enjoying life. It might be worth it to you to really tone down and to really lean out and get those visible abs. See how you feel with it. But if you get to that point and you're feeling really tired, your gym sessions suck, you don't want to move, you don't want to do anything, and you're thinking, what the hell is wrong? You probably need a little bit more food. And that may mean that you don't always have visible abs. Maybe it's something you work for and occasionally have as a little treat, a little summer treat, abs. Or maybe you just make peace with the fact that that isn't an area that you're going to have super visible six pack. But I also would say, for me personally, toned is obviously quite like, define toned basically. What does toned mean to you? Because for me, I would say my stomach is toned, but it's not super muscular, whereas some people want like, you know? So maybe tone for you is maybe just losing a little bit of fat so your stomach looks just slightly flatter, and you don't need to be super lean to achieve that. You just need to have a little bit of a calorie deficit, have a little bit of a fat loss phase, bish bash bosh, you've got a toned stomach. At the end of the day, we just want to look good in a bikini, right? Eat well. If you need a little bit of help getting into that calorie deficit, if you've decided you've watched this video and you think, hey, I need to lose a little bit of fat, I've got a free, and this is what my clients get, so you're getting this for absolutely free, bespoke meal plan. So it's not just some generic thing, it is completely tailored to you and your needs and your likes, your preferences, what you don't like, how easy it is for you to cook. It takes all of that into account, and you are going to get that for absolutely free. I will drop the link for that in the I will drop the link for that in the description box below, and you can go grab that. You just have to fill out a quick questionnaire so that I know what you need for your meal plan, and then I can create that for you and send it your way. It's super exciting. So go grab that, enjoy that, enjoy the rest of summer, toned abs or not, have fun in the sun, and I will catch you in the next one.